Fine. Launching camera.
Hollywood legend.
No, this isn't to confuse it with the plot twist of games. Plot twist will be a separate video where it alters the actual story. It doesn't have to shock per se to be on that list, it just changes the entire story around. These moments listed below will actually be more of a shock, as in like what is happening or oh my god, but it may not alter the actual story as much. So let's get on with that, and also note that there's obviously spoilers, as shocking moments are usually fucked up. Number 5 may not be on everyone's list, or you just might hate Call of Duty too much to admit it, but this one definitely took me by surprise. After finally going through hell on earth to defend this stupid piece of computer for your commander, you are gifted with a bullet to the chest. If that's not bad enough, your best friend Ghost gets shot right in front of your head, right in the head, right in front of you, in an attempt to get vengeance for, getting shot by the commander. Afterwards, you aren't just shown a black screen and you're dead, you're actually still alive and you're thrown into a pit with your friend Ghost and a bunch of other people and burned to death. And you might hate Call of Duty as a series, but this will always remain one of the most shocking moments in gaming for me.
We have the data set. We got it, sir. Good. That's one less loose end.
A game that recently took me by surprise was the ending to Castlevania Lords of Shadows. To watch Gabriel not only become Dracula himself, but to find out that you're actually in modern time at the very end in the church was pretty freaking crazy shock, at least for me. A great way to get excited for Lords of Shadows 2, and also setting up a very different timeline than the original Castlevanias. Number 3 comes from a pretty kind of crappy game. Game of Thrones game made 2012 was not really to write home about. It was pretty ugly graphics and just okay gameplay, made most people forget this one or not even play it. However, upon playing it, you can really get into the story, and once you do, you play as 2 separate people. Mor is one of the main characters. He gets into a sword fight and you think he's gonna win, but in reality he gets killed. Yes, a main character gets killed, and you probably should expect this in the Game of Thrones game, but it took me by surprise just because I figured we're getting closer to the end of the game, nobody's gonna die, and then the best character in the game dies. So it was pretty much like, what the hell, and then your sister's head gets chopped off. So that was also a shocker, with all in like 30 seconds.
Boss, behind you.
Know one thing before you die, old man. I slaughtered your family. Your daughter was crying. She cried right to the end, calling for her father. But you weren't there, were you? You abandoned them. So I told them that when I found you, I'd send you back to them. And I am a man of my word.
Number 2 goes to Spec Ops, a game that was pretty average on the gameplay, but a home run in the story department. There's a lot of twists and surprises in this game, but none hit me as hard as the moment in the game when you believe that you're taking out a whole slew of enemies with white phosphorus. You believe that you got the upper hand when you get rid of them all, and you begin to travel through the streets and you looking at all the death that you cause, and you kind of feel bad, but these are the bad guys and you don't really care until you notice that there actually weren't the bad guys and just civilians that you just lit up in flames and killed them in probably the worst way imaginable. And this is probably one of the only moments in gaming where I actually dropped the controller, had to realize what the fuck I just did, and it's pretty pretty fucking shocking.
Are those civilians? Where'd they come from? There's no camp here.
They took him from the nest.
That hotel back at the storm wall? No, those can't be the civvies that got kidnapped. It's not possible. Yeah, it is. That's why Gould stormed this place. He didn't want the kid.
He was trying to rescue his people. This is your fault, goddammit! Stop right there, Hugo. But it is! He wouldn't listen! We have a choice! He turned us into fucking killers! That's enough, Sergeant! No! Control yourself! Now!
We need to keep moving.
What?
Reinforcements will be here any second. We need to keep moving.
But Walker, you're not even...
I'm gonna make these bastards pay for what they've done. Now, are you with me or not?
Now, the number one, I consider this a special one because back then I really didn't go on the internet much and nothing to spoil me. And Knights of the Old Republic was the very first BioWare game I've ever played, and I was loving every second of it. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan either, but the way it grips you in and doesn't let you go is so amazing. Making choices, getting my first lightsaber, fighting off against big-ass monsters, all of it. It was just perfect. But that ending, when you find out that you are indeed the freaking Sith Lord, that you're the bad guy, that was the real shocker I just did not see coming. I'm the big bad guy in the entire universe. I mean, what the fuck was happening? And that's all I can think about when I was playing the ending, and pretty much it was a perfect title, but that just added on to the crazy shocking moments. So those are my top choices for the crazy shocking moments in gaming, moments that made me stop playing or my jaw actually dropping. You can name some moments that were pretty shocking to you. I did not play all the games that are considered shocking, such as Silent Hill 2, and so on. So, name some games that actually made you just sit back and be like, what the hell just happened? Whether it's a plot twist or just a shocking moment in the game. And don't put multiplayer stuff, because nobody really gives a fuck about that. Okay, thank you.